Hello everyone. In this video, I'm trying to figure out what's going on in Kaldheim draft from turn 1 to turn 3. Mm, these are the one drops. So among them, some of them are snow exclusive. So if they are playing a snow deck, then they have it on turn 1. You simply just it depends on their mana base. What if the player is the only person who was playing snow, then they get a 6/6 flying on the fourth turn. Okay, and if they are playing an aggro deck like Berserker, you will have a 1/2 on first turn and attack and boast on the next turn. Maybe they will do 2 damage with this guy, or maybe they are playing a ram deck. They will have this one. Some interesting choices. Hatcher of the Fallen is a 2/1, and if it attacks, you pay 2 mana. You get a 1/1 token. This one, I think it looks quite good, but if you're not playing first, your opponent may have something to block it on the second turn. So I rather have a bird, maybe a 1/2 flying first right, because I found there's no creature with reach on turn 2, so 2 mana, no reach, and the only flying is another bird. Is another bird that can draw you cards. So it's likely that you will deal a few damage on the first few turns. And if you are playing white and red, you can put some auras on it and equip it with something. With the new equipment, that's +3/+0. Then you become a 4/2 first right flying. It's very hard. It's very hard for your opponent to block. And this one is actually you can play it in green and red. Oh, sorry, green and white. A token deck, a very fast deck, and you can play it in black and white. Black and white deck, they require you to sacrifice small creatures so that you can create some 4/4 flying angels. I will go through this deck in another video because they are not early game strategies. In this video, I'm talking about the first 2 or 3 turns, what you are going to do, what you are facing. And this one, second spell is quite interesting. To cast the second spell, you either have many cards with small mana cost, and you have them in your hand, and you wait for this guy, and you cast in a later turn. So it's not something that you cast on your first turn. Wolf. It looks okay, but it needs 3 mana later, and you are also if you attack and if you activate, it also costs you your turn. The cost is very high because you pay 3 mana. You can't cast other things. You can't put a free drop onto the battlefield. So, but it has first right. It has first right. You can block this guy. the bird can block this guy. And with 3 mana, this wolf can pass through all these 3 toughness creatures. So it's not really bad, but it's also not something I must pick. Okay. Intruder is a defensive card. You are not going to play on your first turn. And Snow Wizard is okay, but yeah, it's a defensive. It's okay. It's something you will play on your first turn if you are playing Snow. Second turn, if you play defensively, you will find all these cards. 1/3, 1/3, 0/3, 1/3. Especially Priest. If you are playing Snow and you have like 10 Snowlands and 10 creatures, or 10 Snowlands or more, I don't know how your opponent is going to deal with this guy. And you have other cards that can take it back to your hand. At least 3 of them. 3 of the black spells can take it back. And there's another creature can you activate when it attacks and it return a creature every time you activate. So it depends. And it's 0/4 is a good blocker. And so for your aggressive decks, like aggressive deck and Shaman, auras and equipments. Yeah, auras and equipments and green and white tokens. Berserker, Elves. Berserkers they are really aggressive. I find these 2 mana cards. Most of them have power 2 or more. This one, plus Sky. You have to wait for another turn and put another 2 creatures, and then you will become a 3/3. It's quite bad in late game, but it's very good in early terms. And this one, 5 mana, you get a 5/5 dragon, and it has first right. Another one, 2/1 token. Also, it faces the problem that your opponent may have a 1/3 waiting for you. So it's not that good. I mean, it's not that good, but I'm thinking maybe this one go with vehicles. Your token are used to activate vehicles, maybe, or you tap it for something, for some reason. But still, you are facing 1/3 or other 2/2. I don't think it's very good. This one is good because berserkers have many boast cards. It's very good, and it gets bigger and bigger. And on the first turn, you cast this one, and you boast on the second turn. And on the third turn, you boast and attack, you get a 3/3. This one, you draw a card, discard a card. And giving haste is quite nice, so that you will be faster than your opponent. Elf, you draw a card if any of your creatures, non-token creatures, dies. Or not any, only Berserker or Elf. But it's very good. It's 3/1, 2 mana 3/1. And I think these creatures, they just die easily, and you get an advantage. Dwarfs. This is also, I think it's related to some other deck type than just aggressively attack with berserkers. I think it is something else, but I haven't discovered it yet. It also gives other dwarfs +1/+0. That's quite I don't know if it fits into Berserker, but many Berserkers are dwarves, right? We got two dwarf Berserker. Um, yeah, I think I need to do more research on this card. And also its interaction with dragon is quite interesting. It's not related to Berserker then. Dragon. Or this one. Only this one can create dragon, but um, outlaw search for dragon. I don't know. I don't know what is this, why it is related to Berserker. Okay. Another type, another aggressive deck type is Elf. Elf can be like this, and because Changeling represents all creature types, you can put Changelings into your Elf deck. And I think if I choose to draft Elf, mm, maybe that that's a result of picking this rare. We will have this rare. I might choose Elf. It gives token. Even if you put another token in on the battlefield, you still get another a new 1/1 token. And 7 mana they +2/+2. But 7 mana is not easy if you don't have the planeswalker. It's not easy. So yeah, then I think even I have this one, I may not go into elves. 7 mana. 7 mana is a lot. Um, but green and black, there's a very good removal. It's a saga. It's 4 mana removal. And the second ability is that you can search for forest. So on the sixth turn is it will be easier for you to collect 7 mana. But 7 mana is a lot. Okay. Uh, one more type of aggressive deck is warrior. Warrior, it can be green and white warrior. Green and white warrior, you have many cards like this one. You give a token, and so that you can use your pump spell on the tokens. And there are some pump spell that count the number of tokens you control, the number of creatures you control, and give one creature +X+X. So if you have a couple of tokens, and that would be good. And also in black and white, sometimes you need tokens to sacrifice and get angels. Also, if you are playing a aggressive deck, the mana cost of your creatures are low, so it's easier for you to cast your second spell each turn. So you can build green white, or you can build white and red, or maybe white and black. But white and black is not very aggressive deck, I think, because it goes really, it thrives on turn 4 if you have something to put your 4/4 angels onto the battlefield. So it's not something, it's not a fast deck. On turn 4 it will get better. On turn 5 you will have even better. I will make videos on that later. Okay, so here are some other 2 mana creatures you will see when you're drafting. Forge Master is something you something that tells you your opponent is playing equipment and auras, because the color white and red, and also is only good if you have Equipment and Auras. Equipment and Auras is also some, I don't know, it should be aggressive. It should be an aggro deck, but I couldn't find I couldn't find uh, many good equipment and auras unless you have the mythic, you have the God of War, unless you have I mean another mythic, the one that is also a hammer. Unless you get these cards, or if not, you can't do a lot of things on the early turns. You may have another equipment give your creature +3/+0. That's also good. But you have to wait until turn 4 or turn 5. So then your deck will be something mid range. It's not something, it's not very aggressive. Then you need to pick more free mana costs and less these cards. But you will access to many good 3 mana or 4 mana cores angels, but they are rares. They are rares, and they have flying. You can put your equipment on them and attack, and hope that your opponent doesn't have reach, doesn't have other flying creatures to block. Okay. On turn 3, you will see these couple of cards. Among them, I think the best are these angels. You can put them into any white deck. Aura equipment, red and white, or you black and white angels, or white and blue. White and blue is quite is. I mean, you can just put them into any deck with the color white. You will see something like this: 3 mana, 2/2 flying, and Saga is coming. They will create tokens. For green and white, you will have 1/1 tokens, and white and blue, they have something to block your big creatures and gain life. So they make you slower and attack with these 2/2s, 3/3. They win like this. So Berserker have a 2/3 menace, and then they can draw a card on the next turn. Other like changelings, they have some defensive changelings. This spider is quite interesting. Usually it's 2/4, but in this set it's 4/2, which probably is used to block angels. But angels come after turn 4, the angel tokens. Berserkers get other upgrades on turn 3. Noticeably, this one is a very good card for Berserker. Okay, so if you cast a spell, you get a 1 mana, and you can boast twice. It's really good for Berserker. But you can also put it into white and red, but I just don't think white and red you need to use a lot of these cards. You rather just pick more flying angels and the birds and then put your equipments on them. You won't have many creatures for you to activate and make them +1/+1. And tap target creature is okay. This is okay. For your snow deck, on turn 3, you will see some of these. Still, they won't have a very big impact on the game. It's just still very defensive on turn 3. And changeling, maybe you will see it in a green and blue changeling or in an elf deck. So this is what you need to expect on your turn 3. This one, I'm not sure if this is very good, but I think normally other creatures are probably smaller than this guy. But it has haste. It has haste. Maybe good. But if you are playing green and red, it will be better because you have the spider on turn 3. You can play the spider on turn 3, and turn 4 you cast it and haste attack boast. You get a 5/3. It only changed the power, right? But 5/3. But your opponent probably have something like this blocking you. But because you have haste, so your opponent doesn't have the time to react. He probably doesn't expect you have haste, so you can make 5 damage on turn 4 potentially. And this one is very good. You can draw a card, exile the top card. If you are playing giants, it's red and blue giants, you will find a big problem on the early turns. You have nothing to do. You have nothing. The best card is this one. The others, I recommend you just pick more wizard and play defensively if you have a snowland. I don't think so, but you pick more wizard if you are going to build blue and red. Yeah, but you don't have many good cards for blue and red. So that's why they print some good draw spells for giants. Maybe they expect you to draw a card on the early turns and fight back on turn 5 maybe. There's also a card that gives you treasure token. Then it accelerates your mana a little bit. But I think giant is quite slow. The best case is that on turn 4 you get 4/5 giants on turn 4. Or if you are lucky, you get the mythic and you foretell, you will get a 5/4 on turn 4. But from turn 1 to turn 3, you got nothing. You got nothing. Yeah, that's giants. And Wham deck on turn 3, you will see something like this: 2/4 blocking your creatures, and they will get some 5/5 on turn 5 or turn 6. It's not a very fast Wham. Elf, you have this, and you don't need to just play elf in black and green. You can play other warriors. You can use you can use other warriors. That's all the cards you like this one. You can use it on turn 3 on your elf deck for mana fixing. Search for another land. Yeah. This one still mysterious. I don't know how to use it effectively. That's all you will see on turn 3. Unless they have Scouter of Winter on turn 2 and put a 4/4 on turn 3. It's possible. Otherwise, you will see all the cards I revealed on turn 3. Yeah, thank you for watching.